I'm here with Chris from R4 Robotics. And Chris, why don't you say a bit about yourself?
Hi Ben, good to be speaking with you. I'm Chris, CEO of R4 Robotics. So we're an end-to-end robotic solutions company based on the Sunshine Coast in Australia. We work with a range of platforms, so Misty is one of those, solving a number of challenges, particularly in elder care. So originally in 2017, my Oma actually had a fall, quite a bad one. So we're actually working on another project then. And that's when I started thinking about like what kind of challenges that are involved with elders living on their own and how can we solve that problem. So I started thinking about how can we fix that problem, living on your own, no help, being quite isolated. It's challenging mentally. And what kind of solutions, being a robotics company, how can we fix that? And that's when I started thinking, well, there's a number of problems there that need to be resolved. And we started looking around for different robot platforms that could be deployed in the home. And there wasn't really one that was extensible, programmable, and suited for the home without falling over, without bumping into things. And that's where we came across Misty about 12 months later. And yeah, we take it on board and we've actually run with it, and we're finding it really useful.
Great, yeah. So it sounds like what really drew you to Misty was that it was, available there for home use. It could hopefully navigate within the home, and wasn't exorbitantly priced necessarily. Would you say?
Exactly. Okay. So that's a number of things. You're going to be deploying a robot in the home. It has to be available commercially in a price point that's accessible.
Yeah.
And Misty, yeah.
Is R4 just you at this point, or are you working with others?
So we're actually a team of 5. So it's myself, CEO. We've got Johnny Poole. He's our lead robotics engineer and co-founder. And we have Celia Kerr. So she's our chief sales officer and also co-founder. And we have 2 advisors. We have Dr. Fiona Kerr. So she's a well-renowned neuroscientist based out in Adelaide. And then Jacqueline Brown, so she's a retired CEO of an aged care facility at a hospital. And so we've got a well-rounded mix in medical and human interaction to be able to deliver a solution in aged care.
Yeah, it sounds like that's a good team, a good start for sure. So would you say your goals with Misty are all aimed in the elder care space at the moment?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Are there any specific goals that you'd like to enumerate here?
So for Misty, it's, as you said, it's quite a good price point. So we're able to build a solution, and because we're going to deploy it on a larger scale, we can take that to market. And
right now with your work with Misty, how soon are you able to, I guess, provide a demo or start to show off what you've been working on? When do you think that will be?
So we're hoping to have something ready for showing in 12 weeks.
Okay, it's coming up.
We've been a bit hit back with COVID-19 and shipping, and definitely some delays there.
Sure. Yeah. Now, I also understand that you made some new treads for Misty.
Yes.
Tell us about tell me about those. Yeah, I saw them. They're very bright. Yeah. What have they enabled?
So the problem we had with Misty when we first got her, she wasn't able to turn in place without shaking quite violently, quite erratically.
Mm-hmm. On hardwood floor.
Hardwood floor, and tiles. And so we had to start really thinking about how can we overcome that challenge, because that's critical for a number of deploying Misty in a number of places that have those sort of floor surfaces. And that's where. So my background, I actually grew up on a large property in Victoria, driving bulldozers from about 6 years old on my stepdad's lap. So I sort of had a bit of a background in tread movement. And that's why I started thinking about, well, on a bulldozer, you've got the cross pattern, and it wasn't really suited because you've got over the weight bearing sections of Misty, and so we had to really come up to evenly distribute the weight across the tread and have it, yeah, and that's where we came up with the tread pattern we've got. But I actually designed them, and then we've got a manufacturer in China, and we sent it over there for production. And yeah, we tried locally, but it was a bit challenging with cost. A lot of places locally quite enormous, exorbitant setup costs.
Yeah, we've got small runs and not be very efficient.
Exactly.
Cases, yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So with our Chinese manufacturing, we've got a good relationship. So we got those made there, and
nice. So after this, this 12 weeks, where do you see you taking Misty and the, proceeding, the timeline after that, like for the next, year, let's say?
So timeline after that, so we've got a number of sort of sections of demographics that we want to work with Misty and our elder care platform, and really want to hone in on the human interaction element of that, and that's where the work with Dr. Fiona Kerr comes in. So she's a neuroscientist and specializing in human interaction, and sort of looking at how people react to robots and how it influences their decision making, and how really to care for them without caring too much. And there's a number of challenges that you really need to solve across the elder care space, particularly with dementia patients, loneliness, isolation. And then you've got such quite a large range from being quite mobile and interactive, whereas some are quite sedentary. We really want to get the platform right so it's suitable for quite a number of people.
Yeah.
And so really focusing on the interaction side is crucial for us. Because you look at a number of robot platforms, and we work with a number of robot platforms, and it's like talking to a brick, and we don't want that.
Yeah, she's got personality, and you want to be able to make use of it because it's so much better than talking to a tablet or a cylinder or something. Definitely. Is there anything else you want people to know about R4 and the things that you guys have coming
up? So probably not yet. Check back in a few weeks.
Okay. And if anyone wants to find out more or keep tabs on you, where should they look online?
Yeah, sure. Check online, r4robotics.com.au. We're on Twitter, R4 Robotics, Facebook, Instagram.
All right. All the platforms.
All the platforms.
All right, great. Well, thanks so much for your time today.
All right, Ben. Thank you.
Yeah, it's short and sweet, and we look forward to seeing what R4 and Misty do together.
Yeah, fantastic. Sounds great.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ben.